Hi, Caroline, Daphne here. How are you? Good to have your next essays. Thank you very much for sending these in. So you've got a letter of complaint. Let's go through this first. Dear Sir, Madam, or you could actually put Sir or Madam. Doesn't really matter, but you could be extra polite. And yours faithfully, that's great at the ending. I'm one of the passengers of flight A291 from Edmonton to Seattle. Unfortunately, I found the airplane lost one of my luggage. I would say, unfortunately, after the flight, one of my suitcases was lost. Get this into the passive here. One of my suitcases was lost. You can't lose one of my luggage. You just have to say suitcases. Luggage was lost. No, hang on a minute. One of my suitcases, which is a turquoise was lost. So get your passive verb in here at the end. Okay? I'll use suitcases instead of luggage. Just change that around a little bit. I'm writing this letter to claim my loss. So to report, I would say, report this loss and pursue a refund to cover the damage. I'd say cover. All right, my damage. No, the damage. The damage. If the airport cannot find this suitcase after checking the airport, comma. So get that into commas there so we can breathe. Since I bought travel insurance before boarding my flight. Please allow me to explain in more details. I waited, so this is past simple, it's finished, it's done, for 3 rounds at the luggage reclaim, and there was, so past tense here, no turquoise bag. Maybe you can put having confirmed. Rather than this, it's still missing after confirming. Maybe you can, nice participle clause here. Having confirmed with your staff the luggage arrival time, and having had them look for it, it is still missing. Okay? And having had. So we're going to use this participle clause, which is a nice structure here. It just says really good advanced grammar. Good, that's lovely. I don't think you need that again, a bit repetitive. I've attached a picture and receipt of it, of the bag, maybe, and the luggage slip the staff gave me when I was at the counter to deal with the boarding process. On the second page of this document, please transfer me the refund. If you're sure this incident, maybe not as sure if you can authorize this or authorize the refund. My email is, yep, that's fine. Wait, a prompt response. Okay, well done. Good. That's a lovely letter. You've almost made it a little bit too complicated, but the main thing here, I would just change that structure to do having confirmed, having had, which is quite nice, good grammar in there. Otherwise, very, very nicely done. This is a super hard essay question. I think you've made a really good effort at it here. Nowadays, some argue that democracy is under its biggest threat. Hey, what do you think? People from both developed and developing countries have debated whether democracy is threatened by inception? How do you mean inception? Or global capital markets? Okay. Inception is when it started. Its biggest threat since inception. Inception is the date when democracy started. Okay, so misunderstanding there. Again, misunderstanding on that one. Don't worry. This is a hard title. Now, I would think when you say people, for me, these essays, you need to be able to say who they are. Politicians, and journalists, maybe. Yeah, have debated whether. So it's like a question. If you're going whether one thing or the other is threatened by the voters by the power of the electorate or global capital markets. So watch out on this one, and then you need to introduce the essay. This essay will discuss some of the key issues. Yep, you know how to do that. On the one hand, there's ample evidence that globalization has hindered, present perfect here, hindered democracy to some extent. This is largely because a nation's taxable income mainly comes from several large international corporations. So the government stands to benefit from, well done, stands to benefit from their financial investors instead of the citizens, instead of helping, or instead of supporting, we need another verb in here, and encouraging their citizens in order to get more financial aid, schools, and this is a little bit more here, and hospitals. That's a sort of suggestion. Recent evidence demonstrated that the UK passed through regulations to assist big companies, IES, to run their international trade more efficiently, by giving them a favourable tax policy. We could also say tax breaks is the expression which we use, which would be quite nice to show that if ever you have a horrible essay like this again, and accelerating government process, but no specific policy was intended or aimed, was intended to help small businesses, plural, grow. Good point, good point. Well done, doing really well here. Therefore, it's conclusively clear that individuals cannot pursue their interest by conveying their views to government. Okay, individuals have less power, individuals have less power to pursue their interest. I would say have their interests pursued. Yeah, I would put this round into a passive. Have their interests pursued by conveying their views to governments compared to large corporations who are, plural, and I would say usually, because it's not always, the winners, or maybe I would put who stand to gain from capital markets. Stand to gain from. Okay, that means they win from it. On the other hand, it cannot be overstated that now, okay, you can't. So I'm really sorry. I think you misunderstood this word. Inception is like the beginning of democracy in Roman times 1,000 years ago. Okay, that beep has damaged democracy on many aspects of society issues. If citizens are influenced by social media or certain campaigns, rather than generating their own thoughts on specific issues, the whole of society could become, be careful with would, I would use could or may or might, which I really like, you know that, may, could, become authority's puppet without any meaningful democracy. This is supported by the vegan trend raised by some celebrities and Instagram influencers, which gradually changes the lifestyle of the politics. Okay, okay. I feel you've gone a little bit off point here. I don't think you need this in here. Okay, we're meant to be talking about capital markets, which you do really nicely in this paragraph. Okay, and we don't need to be talking about veganism. Okay, consistent with this line of thinking is that any desired political views would be inserted to be inserted to us, to be introduced, maybe to us or our offspring, as celebrities or other actors initiate in the public. Okay, now I get you. Okay, you don't need to have this. Okay, vegan trend or the Extinction Rebellion. Sorry, eco trend, something like that. So use vegan is fine and use something environmental. Cut that, you don't need it. It's quite long anyway, this, yeah. Thus, it's possible to state beyond doubt that you don't want that. You need to find another word there. Call it that government control could end the chance for individuals to think on their own and make them believe in the values that others want them to hold, forming a fake democracy in the end. Okay, so a little bit confused on this paragraph. Don't worry, because this is a really hard title, and all we need to remember from this is don't go off track, and this is long. Yeah, keep on point, keep this very tight. Okay. To conclude from the examples given, I firmly believe, so no. Look up inception in a dictionary, then you'll see the problem here. Democracy, most. However, you need to give me another line here. Yeah, it's important that governments listen to their people. Something else, just give me a little bit more to end that essay with. But otherwise, well done, Caroline. Good work. That is a really nice vocabulary, and the first half of that essay is good. Great stuff.